Okay, Jess, enjoy your vacation. Hope you have a great time.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. We've been planning for this for over a year.
I can't wait to see the pictures. And while you're gone, don't worry about any of the marketing stuff I have planned, okay?
Wait, what?
Okay, bye.
Josh,
Yeah.
I have one question for you.
Sure.
And that's, what were you thinking when you tried to take over marketing when I was on vacation?
First of all, I was trying to prove that marketing is not that hard. And I was wrong, but we'll tell the story anyways.
Okay.
So you were going on this like incredible vacation. Where were you going again?
Okay, my family and I were going to Turks and Caicos.
Beautiful.
Amazing, to an all-inclusive, which we'd never done before. We'd been planning for over a year for this, and we were going with like some of our best friends and their kids. So it was like a really big, built-up, exciting trip.
And I was so excited for you, authentically.
Yes.
And the first weekend that you were gone, like going into the work week, I was like, I'm going to have some fun with her. And for context, I think we had already recorded season 1 of this show. And so we already had this like a little bit of this like chemistry of like crazy CEO and like poor marketing leader. But I was like, I'm going to really play into it and see if I can like further this character. And so like your wheels like take off for vacation and I was like scheming. And on Monday, I started off my scheme by like posting on LinkedIn, like, my marketer's out of office, like she's on vacation, like she can't stop me. Like I'm gonna overthrow her this week. Like I'm gonna have a coup d'etat.
Yes.
A coup d'etat. A coup of marketing. And I'm gonna prove that like marketers aren't that special. CEO, founder can do it. Like no biggie. So I posted this thing on Monday that's basically like, everyone give me your worst ideas, like all the stuff I'm gonna do. And it went off.
Yeah.
Off. It was like one of my best performing posts and people had wild ideas. Like just like redesign the website, like hire your cousin and put them in charge of social media. Just wild posts. Did you see this at this point? Like, were you tagged yet at this point?
Yeah. Well, I want to back up just a little bit because like the week before I left, you dropped a couple times where you're like, don't worry about next week. I've got it while you're gone. And I was like, okay. Or you'd be like, I have some marketing things planned, but like, don't worry about it. Yeah. And I thought you were just like messing with me. And then I'm in a pool in Turks and Caicos. Yes, this is so bad. Like, maybe I need to bring this to therapy, but like on my phone, on LinkedIn.
You got problems.
I got problems. And I scroll and I'm like, what the hell is happening? And everyone has tagged me because you're trying to basically have a mutiny while I'm gone. And everyone's throwing these ideas out around like, just turn off HubSpot. I hear you don't really need it anyway. And, hire your like nephew's cousin who knows how to do some graphic design. Yeah. And I was like, I think I responded and I was like, Josh, I have Wi-Fi.
Which like
in the Caribbean.
That wasn't like, I think some people were like, oh, she knew you were going to do this, right? And I was like, nah, dog. Nah, she didn't. No. This was straight like I didn't have any of this planned.
Straight from the dome.
Straight from the dome. and my dumbass like authentically didn't comprehend that you were going to have Wi-Fi. Like, I don't know what third world country I thought you were traveling to, but it wasn't Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, no, I'm not that adventurous. I don't even camp. I don't even glamp.
I don't even glamp. And to be honest, I'm glad I didn't realize it because this campaign that we'll eventually talk about here was so successful. But had I known that you would have actually been able to see it, I wouldn't have done it because I wouldn't want to interrupt your actual vacation. Yeah. But it just didn't click on me. Like, she's going to check LinkedIn and she's going to have 400 people tagging her about her CEO. Like,
you don't know the level of my addiction.
It's bad.
It's bad.
You talk to somebody.
I know. Just gotta get that checked out.
So we had all these people and like I authentically did not have a plan. You and I didn't talk about this beforehand. My only like my only strategy at the time was to have this one post about overthrowing you, and I thought it would be funny and I'd get a couple likes. But it went off so much that I was sitting there Monday night with these like hundreds of comments in there, and I was like, I got to keep this shit going.
Yeah.
Like this is fucking hilarious, and like people are loving this. So like, what can I do? And I was sitting there and I was like, man, how do I top this? Like, this is going to be difficult. And like,
marketing's hard.
Marketing's fucking
now
hard.
What do I do?
Yeah, what do I do? I was like, I have all this attention. How do I actually capture it? And I remember just like, as most people do when they have an idea, you pull up GoDaddy and you're like, I'm going to buy a domain. And I bought Monday night, imsorryjess.com. I bought a fucking website dedicated to you. Mm-hmm. And in that night, I built an entire website, like beautiful hand-coded, not a Wix template. Like I coded a custom branded website called imsorryjess.com.
Oh my God, why are you so obsessed with me?
You're awesome.
Didn't even use a template. Jeez.
I put that domain on like a 5-year renewal. So when I eventually fire you, I'd be like, imsorryjess.com.
All the blackmail material will go
it's going to be like my burn book from Mean Girls.
Excellent.
Like this fugly. Regina George.
Skanky biatch.
So I bought this domain and I like code this like on brand, on theme website, and I take the hundreds of suggestions that we got and build this like chronicle with like everyone's name and picture of Jenna said do this and Michael says I should do this and all of it. And we had hundreds of these little things on there.
Many of whom I once considered friends.
Yeah, not anymore. Now they're my friends. And there was one comment in particular. So we have, picture this, you have like hundreds of these comments on this page, and then there's one that's like super big and bold at the bottom. And I tell this like chronicle, this like story of just like, I'm overthrowing my head of marketing. Here's all your guys' ideas. I'm going to do them all, but there's one that really stood out. And it was like some comment about like, give away all the swag or something. I forget exactly what it was, but it was
all of it.
Just give away all the swag. And that was like the thing where I was like, that's a good idea. I'm going to give away all of our swag. So, but I also wanted to like prove that like I was a great marketer and I could like capture leads and demand gen. So I was like, I'm going to give away all of our swag. Just fill out this form at the bottom of the page. And it was like, actually, it was a picture from season 1 of this podcast of you and I like standing back to back. And it was just
like we were on the same team.
Yeah, we were on the same team back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I realized it's not that hard to do your job. And so I put this picture of us and I was like, if you want our swag, and I think particularly it was our Marketers Against Humanity, which is this like card game we had built for marketers, like a parody on Cards Against Humanity. I was like, if you want free Cards Against Humanity, just fill out this form and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to build that fucking newsletter. and like, overnight, it got like hundreds of form submissions on it. And I was like, oh shit, I have to ship these. These cards are in my garage right now.
We don't have a fulfillment center yet. We're small.
So I posted this page on Tuesday, right? Of like, go fill this out. All these people filled it out. And you're still at the pool with Wi-Fi and watching all of these comments come in of people filling out the form. And I was like, Jess, can you ship these out for me? And you're like, go fuck yourself.
Still in the Caribbean. Sorry, sir.
So I had this like realization that and this is true, we sent them out. I shipped hundreds of decks of cards one by one from my house with handwritten notes on them.
Yeah.
At like $5 a piece.
Serves you right.
And none of those people became an opportunity.
Karma is a bitch.
It was insane. And so towards the end of the week, I had honestly learned my lesson. Like, it wasn't even funny anymore. I had actually learned my lesson of like, oh, this is kind of hard. Yeah. Like market, like it's one thing to have a creative idea. It's totally different to like have an idea that like captures demand.
That actually works.
I thought marketing was just ideas. Yeah. I didn't know they have to actually work. And so on the final day of this like mass campaign, I wrote like an apology letter to you. And it was just like, dear Jess, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I had no idea. Well, I didn't actually start it that way. We'll talk about in a second how I actually started it. But it was roughly like, dear Jess, I'm so sorry. Like, I really need you to come back. I hope you're having a great trip. Just like,
just groveling.
Just groveling.
Yeah.
And what was really interesting about, like, this is a fun story. You and I like laughed
hilarious.
over it. What was actually so interesting is that set of posts is what created like the caricature of you and I. Yeah. And it like honestly had an incredible impact. Like you and I go to trade shows now and they're like, oh my God, it's Josh and Jess.
I know. Like they like harken back to that. Like that was like a moment, I think, where it was like what we had on the podcast like came into LinkedIn, and it was very organic. Like you said, it was like premeditated, but to a point.
Yeah.
And it just kind of snowballed from there. And I think people, one, just liked that idea that you would like lean in so hard to that CEO trope of like, I can do this. And two, just like how much fun you had with it, that you actually did like give swag away.
Yeah.
And at the end, like, you know, just realized like, okay, wait, this is a little tougher, right? And so it was like, and then here I am like desperately in the comments, like, everyone stop.
Don't feed into it.
I'm still on vacation. Like, I can read this. And so I think there was like, it's funny, my comments got more impressions than my actual post did like the week before.
Yes.
It blew up. It got really big. And I think it was a moment where people were like, oh, this is like the brand.
Yes.
Like this is bigger than just the show, the podcast. Like this is their brand.
Yeah.
Like the people behind this and what they're doing and their personalities like transcend the couple of episodes they've given us.
This was, I'll never forget, this was around the beginning of the time LinkedIn changed their algorithm to stop showing things in order.
Yeah.
So there was someone on our team, Sarah, on our team that didn't see these chronologically.
Yeah.
And all she saw was my last post of like, I'm so sorry. I tried to overthrow Jess. And she was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what happened? Jess is on vacation. Like, does she still work here?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, honey, you missed it. Yeah. You missed a couple things.
Go back to, Oh my gosh. So yeah, like people will now, I got emails about that. I get like, no, but like in a good way, like people like, this is funny. Like, did you plan this?
Yeah.
How did you plan this?
I get that a lot.
And it wasn't planned. It was just like one of those crazy spur of the moment ideas. But I'm so glad you did it because it really was like, it shows you don't have to take everything so seriously all the time.
Yeah.
It really, and I think one of my favorite parts was when I came back, you were like, yeah, but it didn't generate any leads. And I was like, okay. Quintessential CEO, like, the marketing thing I didn't generate any leads. Like, and I think my response to you was, yet.
Yeah.
Because people still talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? And like, if that was one of their first touch points with us where they're like, what are these people doing? This is wild.
Yeah.
You know, 6 months down the road, they could become a customer. And that was part of the journey. Josh.
Yes.
It's time.
What time?
To do the thing.
With the words.
With the words, where we look into the camera.
Yeah, deeply.
Deeply.
Affirmations.
Affirmations for marketers.
Dear marketer, you don't even need retargeting. People clear their schedules hoping to see your ads again.
Yeah, they're like, kidney surgery? No.
Nah.
My mom's coming to town? Screw that.
Nope.
Got to see those ads.
See them ads.
Dear marketer, your ideas don't just reduce churn, they make customers feel personally guilty for even thinking about leaving.
It's like when you click the unsubscribe button, it's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Are you sure you want to do
crazy?
this? You're nuts. Like, it's like the revenge dress of marketing.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, what? I would leave that?
Yeah. What do you say in Pretty Lady? Or what's it called? Pretty Woman? Pretty Lady?
Big mistake.
Huge. So I was at dinner a couple months back with a CRO that I used to work for, Josh Allen. Josh Allen was one of the first sales reps or maybe sales managers at a company called LogMeIn.
Okay.
LogMeIn back in the day were like one of the first like remote access support products where if you're like trying to help your grandma, right, you can log into her computer. And I remember at the time I asked Josh this question of like, hey, we're in the messy middle. Like, what was it like at LogMeIn in the early days? And he told me the story of like how within like 6 months of LogMeIn, they were like a multi-product, multi-million-dollar company. And I remember having like all this imposter syndrome, right? Of like, oh my God, that founder must have been so smart. And he told me this story about how LogMeIn really realized they weren't building support access software. They were actually building, a smarter way for like peer-to-peer, devices devices to talk to each other. So any application of that technology, from field support to helping your grandma to students, like he had this like aha moment. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm not that good of a founder. I haven't had the aha moment. The reason I tell you this story is now so many people come to me and say like, how did you figure out your marketing? Like, how did you go to market, right? Like you have all these like quippy, crazy things that you do with Jess. Like, how did you know to hire Jess, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the reality is like, success stories are told by the victors that write them.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to look backwards and talk about what worked and leave out all the details of what didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. So like this whole thing that like started the evolution of our relationship online was a fucking accident.
Yeah.
Like we weren't smart. Like we didn't plan this thing and see around a corner.
You're saying we weren't, but it started by you.
That's true. That's true.
Putting that on the record.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't smart. Yeah. You were okay. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I think it's, I'm getting kind of like deep at this point, but like, I feel like so much of like, of being good at your job is about like putting imposter syndrome aside and realizing like everyone has it and just like keep trying things, like keep going. Eventually you will look back and be like, that 1 out of 100 things we tried worked.
Yes.
And like, that's the reason that we were so smart and like forward thinking.
Yeah. So much of it is just having guts to do something different.
Yeah.
And that's what this was. It was just like this silly little thing that turned into something bigger.
Yeah.
And really became kind of the point where like, oh, okay, they have a shtick here. They have like a thing and I'm into it and I'm here for it. And, you know, we got new podcast subscribers from that. You and I both got new like followers from that. Like it was a really interesting moment that was a total accident. And I think it just came from like, who cares? Like having no ego and like, I'm going to try it. And if no one likes it or sees it, like whatever, we'll move on.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think people get I think that's why so much B2B marketing is so boring now because people get really afraid of doing something bold.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
But like, what is the worst that can happen? Like, we are not Coca-Cola.
Right.
We cannot break our brand at this point.
No.
We're not going to do anything that's really going to like, in terms of like a marketing experiment that's going to tarnish us.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know, just try it, see what happens. You never know.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing where people ask like, where did your belief in marketing come from? Like why does Jess have so much like rope in her role where others don't? And I think like going back to what you said of like, we don't have much to lose, right? And I think the thing that's interesting about Nick and I's background is like we came from the military, right? Like we've seen so much more serious stuff than like marketing B2B advertising software.
Yeah.
So it's like, just go for it. Just try something.
I even think when I was interviewing, I was like, I was shocked that you didn't already have someone in a marketing seat because of the brand and the website, everything that was already built up so far. Yeah. And I was like, what makes you like believe in this so much? Like that's not typical of founders. And I think your answer to me was like, either you or Nick said, when you've been shot at before, like nothing else is as serious. And so if we're not having fun, what the hell are we doing here?
Like, what is the point of this?
And I was like, I'm in, like, please, like I have to have this job, right? So, and okay, I get it. We're really lucky we get to market to marketers and they think this kind of insane, goofy, like irreverent stuff is amazing and so funny. Yeah. Not every audience is like that. Yeah. But every audience has a sense of humor. Yeah. And I think you have to just kind of tap into like what that is. Yeah. What is their tolerance for it? Is it dry? Yeah. Like lean into that. Yeah. Is it, you know, it might not be like memes, but like, is it a New Yorker type style cartoon thing? Like those are funny to a certain degree to a certain audience as well, right? So I think you got to find what their humor is and like lean into that.
I saw one on LinkedIn this week that was like Island, when you were there, right? You were focused on the enterprise, you know, engineer, security, right? And I saw something on LinkedIn this week where I was like, that's brilliant, right? Everyone talks about like, well, yeah, you market to marketers, they're fun. I market to engineers, like developers, right? I saw something on LinkedIn earlier this week and I was like, that's brilliant. There was a company, I think it's a company called Pump. I think they do like AWS optimization, right? So they sell to engineers and like infrastructure and DevOps. And they're doing a trivia night that is engineers versus salespeople. I'm like,
it gives me chills.
Right, just like, that's brilliant,
Yes.
right? Like, don't tell me engineers are boring. Don't tell me they're hard to sell to, right? Like, you go talk to any engineer, like, what's the one thing they all agree on? Salespeople are stupid.
Yeah.
Do a trivia night, engineers versus salespeople. Yes. That's brilliant. You don't
so
have
good.
to be boring just because you think you sell to people that are boring.
Yeah.
You just need to be more creative.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not boring.
No, they're not.
You just have to figure out what's their thing.
I don't understand them.
Right, yeah, yeah.
They're not boring. We have like 6 of them that work at our company and they speak a different language.
All. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. I don't know how to market to them.
It's tough. It's real tough.
Okay, there was one downside.
Oh, wait, yeah, can I say it?
Yes, please.
Josh got canceled over this last post, specifically his hook.
My hook, yeah.
Tell me about that.
So yeah, I mean, Jess has been training me. She tells me like every post is about the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Got to make that thing super good. So the way I described my last post earlier wasn't exactly honest.
Yeah.
I didn't really start the post by saying like, I'm sorry, Jess. I started the post by saying, earlier this week, I forgot to take my Ozempic. And while I was hungry, decided to overthrow my head of marketing. And I thought that shit was funny.
Yeah.
Not everyone else.
Nope, that wasn't everyone's cup of tea.
And so I think later that weekend, my wife and I were leaving like Trader Joe's or some grocery store or something. And like my phone lights up and it's like a comment or like about our post. And like it had been going off. So I was like, oh, just another comment.
Yeah.
Oh no. No. This wasn't a comment. This was like a post about me referencing the post about how I was fat shaming and all this sort of stuff. And that wasn't fun. I remember texting you being like, I'm in trouble. And for the record, not fat shaming at all. And I do remember though, it was like the first opportunity where I was like, okay, 2 things. One is like, you're probably, if you haven't disrupted something or upset somebody, you're probably not pushing the edge enough.
Yep.
That being said, it was never my intention to upset people.
No.
And so I remember sitting there a couple different times because like, one, you wouldn't guess it now because I've lost a little bit of weight, but I wasn't exactly the smallest boy at the time that was posting this. But I remember sitting there for a second and just being like, okay, how am I going to reply to this?
Yeah.
Am I going to lean into like our trope? Am I going to like push the envelope further? And I think I just replied like, I didn't mean to offend you. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, I got canceled because of this. My first cancellation.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't lived until that's happened.
Yeah. You had a person in your comments lately that was.
I did. Yeah. That was rough. I don't know. So there's always going to be people who like jump in there and say something like disagree with you, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Totally open to debate.
Yeah.
This particular person like took it way too far, started getting rude, was like insulting people that were commenting on my post. And it just got rough. And so I don't know, at one point I was like, all right, man, like get out of my comments.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to engage and I'm not going to insult back.
No.
But at some point it's like, all right, we've had enough.
I loved
of
your
you.
response. Get out of my comments.
Just get out of my comments. Like, this is my space. I also think the funny thing is in commenting on my post, he's giving my post more reach. Like that's what makes me laugh about it is like, you're actually giving me more engagement, but also I kind of want you gone.
Yeah, 100%. One more comment on this. You can tell our editor whether we keep this in or take it out.
For it.
So we won't name names, but this particular post was about you talking about like you didn't understand gated content anymore. Yeah. Right? Like you like,
I actually said it was a weird hill to die on.
Yes. Yeah. And this person basically gave this like diatribe of like how you you don't know anything as a marketer, and like if you write good content, it should be gated. People should have to pay for it. And like as a side note, like cool, get your content. Good luck.
Yeah.
Like do you. But I remember like we have such an interesting culture at Vector where it's like we're a small company. Like we all really enjoy working with each other. And so I think you posted this in Slack, and all of us just like jumped in. And I think I wrote something along the lines like, as the boss of the moron who wrote this post, or the boss of the marketer, whatever it was.
He called me.
Right. Yeah. Whatever word he used, I basically threw it back at him. And like, as the person that manages, like the author of this post, like I can tell you, all the stuff that she's done has worked really well for us. And For the record, Jess and I are not very far apart in age, but he commented back and said, "Your mom said that you can't talk to me anymore." And that one really hurt my feelings.
That's like, where are we going with this? Like, what are we doing?
I think that's the part where you said, like, all right, dude.
All right, man, get the hell out. Oh, I can't take it.
What a weird world we live in.
It is very strange. Yeah. I felt very supported by my friends and community when that happened. That was a good feeling. Like, even I think Casey Jenkins jumped in to my defense and like, it's just lovely. But, you know, it's just what a weird world that we're in. And entitled to his opinion for sure.
Yep.
It's a lot of time for like to be that upset about angry. Things. Yeah. But, you know. So
good takeaways like overthrow your marketer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Regret it.
Yeah.
Get canceled and ruffle some feathers is basically
that's the one
takeaway
right
for this
there.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not upsetting one person,
you're not doing
it
right.
Worth it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
One more thing that I think is super important that played out here was we did this on our personal pages, right? Like LinkedIn has given company pages so little reach now. They actually have a new paid model for company pages. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to take that. I'm not sure. I've just noticed this starting to pop up.
Yep.
But there is like now going to be monetary like incentive to pay for reach on your company page.
Wow.
But I don't know how successful it's going to be because no one cares about a company page. If we had done this on the Vector page, like no one would have seen it. No one would have cared.
Yeah.
It's because it came from the people. And I think if there's anything to take away from this, it's that like start leaning into your people being the deliverers of your campaign, of your ideas, of your narrative. Like stop leaning on your company page. Yes, I get it. Every once in a while you have to look like it's still active.
Yeah.
But like maybe just a simple thing is start reposting your founders and your employees' posts.
Yeah.
That's essentially 98% of the Vector page posts is just reposts of our stuff.
You know what's interesting is like our page has actually like climbed pretty good in followers.
It has.
But it's not, to your point, it's not because we do anything on the company page that's special at all.
No, we do nearly nothing on that page actually.
Yeah.
If we have a big product announcement, if we have a big partner announcement, we will do a specific post from the Vector page, but that is the only time. Every other piece of content is a repost.
You do really good comments from the Vector page in the persona of
That's
our
a
page.
good point. And that could be a good part of the growth because I do, surprise, I'm the Vector voice.
You're the ghost?
And it's like one of my favorite parts of the job because I do get to pretend to be ghosty and I like will say funny things like, oh my gosh, I look so fire in this picture.
I do think that's actually probably, now that I think about this, probably is where that growth comes from.
It could be.
Which, like, I guess the advice there is like find a way to give your brand a personification.
Heck yes.
Because it's way more fun to follow.
Mascots, baby.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
What was it? Was it like Wendy's that set the trend for like personification of a brand voice?
Yeah. The snarky.
It's so good.
So good.
Love it.
So what I've learned is I can never go on vacation again.
That's exactly what I was trying to get across, Jess. You think this was for leads? This was so that you learned your lesson. Do not go out of office.
Such a power move. Gosh. Whatever. This was a good meeting, though.
It was a good meeting.
Yeah. Like this meeting could have been a podcast.
It was.
It was. This Meeting Could Have Been a Podcast is a Vector production. Vector lets you build ad audiences from real people that visit your site, click your ads, and research your competitors. Imagine seeing exactly who will see your ads by name before you spend a dime. It's a great time to be alive, marketers. Go give it a whirl at vector.co. See you next time.